What's up guys, today's deck profile is an aggro deck based on Little Red the Wolf Girl. This is a werewolf based deck that boasts huge attack values while interrupting your opponent by bouncing their monsters and destroying their magic stones. Like the previous 4 deck profiles, if you're interested in any of these cards, make sure to watch my giveaway videos. There will be a link to those videos in the description below. So here we go. So for the magic stones, I'm just running blue and red, but I have other colors in here just to throw your opponent off because they don't know if you're going to have like a Dream of Juliet open or a Stoning to Death or anything. So I run one of the Fire True Stone. I'll get into more detail of why we run this later. 1 light red, once again just red. 4 red blues, which actually is used for the blue part, and then 4 black red, pretty much just mono red once again. So for the non-werewolf resonators, I run 4 Hunter and Black Forest and 2 7 Dwarves. They're pretty much just early game heavy hitters. The 300 damage from Black Forest really adds up, and 7 Dwarves can either get rid of some blockers you might want to get out of the way, or if it gets a direct, it's even better. For werewolves, there's 4 Wolf Haunted and Black Forest. Kind of the same concept as 7 Dwarves. If she gets in her 500s, it really makes a difference. The 500 to you isn't too big of a deal, not to mention it does go with Bloody Moon. It'll power it up just a slight. And then Moonlight Pouncer. This goes really well with either Thunder or Poison Apple. They both make it get swiftness, and then that's 1000 damage if combined with Thunder if you get it direct, or 1500 with Poison Apple if you can get direct. And then the main damager of the deck is Beowulf. Beowulf does double damage when it deals any damage at all, either to a Resonator or a direct. So with Poison Apple, it's 2600 direct. And then if you combine it with the Fire True Stone I was talking about, that would be 3000 instead of 2600. And then you might think, oh, well, you know, you got to keep him on the field long enough for him to be able to attack, so at least a churn. But that's why we run 3 Lugaroo. So this gives all werewolf swiftness, so if you can somehow get this Poison Apple and Beowulf all together. I know that's 7 cost, but it adds up a lot faster than you do when you're constantly responding to each other. So it's not too bad. It's just an option. You might play this on turn 3, and then on turn 4 you'd be able to play Beowulf plus Poison Apple. So that's an option as well. And then 2 Commander of Wolves, just for like a kind of mini Cinderella. It's not as good and not as controllable, but it does sometimes get the job done for like Cheshire Cats and Grettles. And then for the last Resonator, I just run 1 Little Dread, the fake Red Moon. Late game, this can steal a game if you're both at like low life points and it hasn't been going too well, you haven't been able to keep your aggro on. You just steal one of their monsters and go for game. So that's it for the Resonators. The spell lineup is really simple. I run 4 Thunders just for 2000 direct or a little removal here and there. 4 Poison Apples to make sure I always have it to go for game whenever I need. It also goes really well with, if you like use it on something really small, like let's say Wolf Haunted and Black Forest, and you block like an Abdul or something, you just take out their ruler and you were going to die anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then 4 Pale Moon, the only water card in the deck, to just have Little Red J activate early. And it also, you can banish a water to bounce a card. So let's say if they have 2 monsters on their field and you don't want to get it blocked because her 200 defense makes her extremely weak, you would bounce 1 card back, and then, well, you would play Pale Moon. That would give you the right to J activate. And then you would banish Pale Moon to bounce a card, and then her enter effect deals 800 damage to a Resonator when she enters. So you would clear, like, let's say the only 2 monsters they have, go for a 1200, and then she would flip back at the entrance. So that's an option as well. And then same with 4 Bloody Moon, just to further know you have enough moons to get her to J activate as quickly as possible, and destroy magic stones like Feetsing or Moodrot or anything that could be of, you know, even if they just have 4 and you know they have a Carmilla, you can make it like 3, and then they'd have to use their whole Magic Stone to line up the next turn to be able to like Carmilla you or something. So Bloody Moon's really good in this deck. I mean, you need it for the moon anyway, and being able to interrupt often is really good as well. Alright guys, there you have it. That was my deck profile for Little Red the Wolf Girl. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you'd like to request a specific deck profile, you can leave a request for that in the comments as well. As always, please subscribe to the channel for future content. If you don't, Little Red will come, and she'll huff, and she'll puff, and she'll blow your house down.